nope, you already spent 3 hours on Instagram today, girl. You gotta take a break. Peace, beautiful beings. Welcome back to another video. If this is the first time that you're seeing my face, hello, my name is Veladya. I am a holistic nutritionist and Yoni health guide, a wellness promoter, and a lot of other titles. Thank you for clicking on this video and having an interest in what I have to say about blue light and what we can do and tools that we can use to help ourselves out. I make a lot of videos about many different topics. We talk about living in our van, we talk about our hairless cat, and living life as vegans and travelers, and nutrition, energy work. We talk about it all here. So if that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, or maybe wait till the end of the video, see if you learned anything. So let's jump right into it. I'm sure you've seen articles and posts about it on Instagram about how blue light can be detrimental to our health. And you know, we don't ever talk about the surface things here. We dive deep here at Earth Mama Medicine. So I want to talk about actual what blue light is. When we look at light, it is made up of particles. These particles travel in wavelengths, and these wavelengths are made up of energy. They emit energy. The shorter the wavelength, the higher the energy. The longer the wavelength, the lower the energy. Now, blue light is not just artificial light that we get from our screens, you know, our computers, tablets, phones, things like that, fluorescent light bulbs, LED light bulbs. Blue light also comes from the sun. But the difference between our electronics and the sun is the blue light that comes from the sun is a full spectrum blue light. So it's blue, but it also has some greens and yellows and reds in there. It's full spectrum. So we're getting a balanced, healthy range of blue light in our pupils, in our eyes, when we're outside in the sun. So I say that not to say that the sun is actually bad for us, because it's actually the opposite. There have been studies that show that sunlight, it helps regulate our circadian rhythm, our hormones, so that our body knows when it's the daytime, when to be more energetic. The sunlight helps boost our mood, helps us stay more attentive, sharper, quicker with reactions, and it's overall very helpful during the day. And when you think of our ancestors, before all this technology and fancy new 2018 stuff, we were waking up with the sun. We woke up with the sun, sort of like Matt and I did when we were living in our van. We were basically living outdoors. So we went to bed when the sun went down, and we rose when the sun rose. Now the way that it is that we are awake maybe later when the sun rises, and then we have that daylight, and when the light starts to dim and the sun is setting, we turn on the devices. We turn on our artificial lights. We have our phones and our tablets and our flashlights and all of the artificial light now, and I'm very grateful for that. But it is confusing our body's natural melatonin, the hormone that our body secretes as the sun's going down to help us feel sleepy, to help us start to feel drowsy, so that eventually we fall asleep after the sun has set. Now that we have all these lights everywhere in our phones and our faces, our melatonin is not being secreted like it should be. It's not being produced like it should be. It's being suppressed by these blue lights. And going back to what we were talking about as far as wavelengths goes, blue light has a very short wavelength. You see, it's all the way at the other end of the graph, which means it has a very intense energy, a very intense energy for our pupils. So this is why when we're having an overexposure of blue light, you're on the computer a lot of hours during the day, staring at your phone all day, it is suppressing your melatonin, but also it is causing digital eye strain, which could be dry, itchy eyes, headaches, fatigue, and even macular degeneration over time. And I read a study online that said 70% of adults now experience digital eye strain. It's everywhere. And because this blue light does all of that and throws off our circadian rhythm, our melatonin, that biological clock, it causes a whole other slew of issues, because you all know how important sleep is and how important it is for us to stay regulated with nature. When that gets off, and it's off for a while, it has shown to lead to higher risks of cancer, diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. There is experimental evidence that has been showing that the lower melatonin levels was associated with cancer. And there was a Harvard study done on 10 people where they started to shift those people's circadian rhythms over time. Same thing that happens to us when we have the screens and stuff all in our face. And when these circadian rhythms were switched, it made their blood sugar to pre-diabetic levels, and it also lowered their leptin levels by a lot. And your leptin is your hormone that teaches your body not to eat anymore. It says, okay, we're full, let's not eat anymore. So if you don't have your leptin levels on par and you also have blood sugar out of whack, that's what we're talking about when it comes to diabetes, obesity, heart disease. Researchers also linked the lack of sleep to way more things, and I know you know the main one, higher risk of depression and anxiety. Because now, especially in the winter time, you all know about seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, seasonal depression. This happens because in the winter time, the sun is not as prevalent in the summertime as it is in the summertime. So we're turning on a lot more artificial lights to compensate for the lack of sun that we're getting. These artificial lights, these blue lights, they raise our cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, and we're not getting that vitamin D as much from the sun as well, because it's cold, we're covering our skin, we're not getting those rays. And so it's just a big old cauldron of stress. And I'm sure I've said this before somewhere in a video, stress is the #1 cause of death. Okay, we're getting kind of serious, so let's dial it back a little bit. I don't want to scare you. There are ways that we can fix this and we'll be totally fine. And the first one is to, of course, limit your time in front of the screen if you can. I know that some people, that is their job, to sit on a computer for many, many hours a day, or use phones and tablets, especially if you're someone like me who's a content creator. Many of your work is done online. You're probably looking at the phone a lot and the computer a lot to get your work done. So it's really just about monitoring how much time spent in front of the screen is useful and how much of it is spent being distracted, because I know that I will sit down to handle a healing plan, and then in the middle of the healing plan I go off on a Pinterest spree or other YouTube videos and things like that, and then that's more time in front of the screen that I am spending instead of just getting my work done and closing the laptop. So that's one way. There are also apps, I know, for phones. I've never tried one before. If you have, comment below. These apps that actually monitor how much time you spend on social media and those distraction sites. I think you can plug in what websites you know are your weaknesses, and it will tell you how many hours you're spending on there. And there are also apps where you can put locks on your phone. So if I were to pick my phone up and go towards Instagram, the app's like, nope, you already spent 3 hours on Instagram today, girl, you gotta take a break. So those are a great option, and now that I'm saying this, I really do actually want to download those apps, so please let me know what those are. Another option is phones. Many phones and many computers come with blue light blocking sort of settings, like dimming settings that sort of reduce the blue light that's coming from the device. And I know on my MacBook Pro there is an app called Flux, F-L-U-X, and as soon as the sun starts to go down, it's already programmed automatically that when the sun starts to go down in my time zone, it starts to reduce the blue light and give me more orange red based light coming from my computer screen. And also our iPhones have an option in the settings to turn it into night shift mode. So that's a great option for you people who have the phone in your face all the time. I sometimes put my iPhone on night shift mode during the day if I realize that I'm spending a lot of time looking at my phone. Now these devices are still very blue light based, and like I told you, they're not full spectrum blue light like the sun. They're giving us some harsh blue light with high energy. So just because they have these filters like Flux and the night shift mode doesn't mean that you should spend all night looking at your phone in your face, and then as soon as it's ready to go to bed, you just put it by your head and go to sleep. It's going to mess with your melatonin. It's going to mess with your sleep for sure. Even if you're not noticing it, you could be getting way better sleep, way more rejuvenating sleep at night. So that means before you go to bed, you need to have like 3 or 4 hours of no screen time. And for some of you, I know that sounds impossible. Sometimes it seems impossible to me because my business is online. So I'm like, I always want to check everything and make sure my emails are cool and make sure everything's cool before I go to bed. But it isn't helpful. The best thing to do is to pick up a book a couple hours before you go to bed, because now your melatonin is being able to be produced and you're slowly falling into that sleep state. And I don't know about you, but reading always puts me to sleep. Another option is to get red light bulbs for different appliances in your household. Red light actually has the least power to suppress our melatonin. There was another study done at Harvard that compared blue light to green light, and blue was twice as strong in suppressing our melatonin, and red is down there at the bottom. So some people I know have switched out their refrigerator to blue light, and also they have a little red light lamp in their bathroom bathroom. So if you have to take a trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you have a red bulb to turn on instead of that harsh blue based LED or fluorescent light. Also maybe a red light in your hallway between there, or whatever you use in the evening time, the red light is key. And last but not least, which is my favorite way to work with blue light in my life, is eyewear. I have all different types of eyewear, okay? For the daytime, I have these computer glasses. You can sort of tell that they have this like reflective, strange looking color to the lens, and that is because these glasses, although they look almost normal, they help reduce the blue light. They don't fully block it, but they help reduce the blue light. So these are great for the daytime. This is great for people who have to work on a computer a lot, or with the phone or with the tablet like I do. I'm on the computer every single day for many hours, so I will allow that blue light to come in sometimes like a few hours, and then if I'm realizing I'm gonna spend like 4 more hours on the computer today, I pop my glasses on, okay? And then I can get the rest of my work done, and I'm a little bit more protected. My melatonin is a little bit more regulated than it was if I didn't have these. These are not necessary for everyone, but I think they're fabulous because you don't have to wear the like tinted color ones if I want to go to a coffee shop or anything and work. These look pretty normal, they're fashionable, they're trendy, and they were pretty affordable. I got these from a website called firmoo.com. If you like this one, this lens specifically is the S7760R. And what I like about Firmoo is they have a lot of options. You can pick all types of frames. You can upload a photo of yourself and then they'll show you what the frames look like. You can get lenses that are your prescription, or then you can get the computer glasses. You can get all different, you can get sunglasses. Firmoo is like a huge resource for glasses in general, and they have these great computer ones, so I recommend it if you're looking for something like this. All of their glasses are anti-scratch, anti-reflective, and they have a 30-day exchange and return policy, so you get them, you don't like them, send them back and get another pair. If you like this, I'll leave a code below where you can get some Firmoo glasses for yourself and have a little discount. My second pair of blue light glasses, and this is actually the first pair I ever got, these real trendy looking ones. They are just a pair of glasses that I got from Amazon. The brand is called Uvex, U-V-E-X, and they're supposed to be blue light glasses. What I liked about them was that they came around all the way to the edges. So, you know, you didn't get that peripheral vision of blue light coming in. But actually, after doing more research, the peripheral vision does not matter as much as the onward vision. So it's not that huge of a deal to have these types. What I don't like about this is not really the cutest pair if I were to want to go to a coffee shop or go anywhere in public and wear my blue light glasses. What I do like about these is they're tinted. The best types of blue light glasses are the ones that are tinted with an orange, yellow, or red tint. This is an orange, and it sort of puts our eyes into that camping mode. It takes down all that blue light that you're experiencing everywhere, and it just gives you this nice orange look into the world. I'm sure many of you have tried like mood changing glasses that are different colors. These are wonderful for anybody that deals with the seasonal depression I spoke about earlier. You can get some yellow tinted ones, and they will really improve your mood, especially during the winter time. Now, one thing to know about blue light glasses with the tints is some companies, I'm not sure about this one, but some blue light tinted glasses will tint out a lot of colors and not just the strong blue light that you don't want. So this isn't really giving us a balanced block, if that makes sense. We want glasses that are taking out the blue light only. So I upgraded from these and I got these, okay? Now these are top notch. Oh, check it out, check it out, check it out. So the pro of these is that they are an even deeper tint. These are the red tinted. These are from Blue Box, and they are specifically called the sleep glasses because they have this deep red tint, and as soon as the sun starts going down, I just put these on and I am protected from blue light specifically. Another great thing you probably noticed is they're a little bit trendier than my cheaper Amazon version. Something that I love about this company is that Blue Box doesn't source from these huge mass-produced Chinese glasses makers and lens makers. They're made in Australia, where the company is based, and they are affiliated with a charity called Restoring Vision that donates reading glasses to people in third world countries that cannot afford them. So every time you buy a pair of Blue Box glasses for yourself, you just sent a pair of reading glasses to someone in need. Y'all know I am a sucker for that type of business. Another awesome thing about these Blue Box ones is they come in this really nice box. I was so impressed when I opened it, and it comes with a little travel pouch and a cleaner, and you just donate it to someone. So I feel like it's worth it. They are a lot more pricier than the ones that I will link below that are from Amazon. But like I told you, when you order these, you know for sure that you're getting specific blue light blocking glasses, and they have the deepest tint, so you're having the best possible chance of your melatonin being regulated properly. And like both of the glasses I mentioned before, I will have a link below for you to get these glasses for yourself. They have a few different types of blue light glasses on Blue Box. They have the lighter tinted yellow mood boosting ones. They also have a clear computer glasses like Firmu, and then they have these deep red ones. They have a few options, and like I said, these are a lot more trendier than the other ones. So there will be a discount code for you in the description. So yeah, I think that is pretty much wrapping it up for the day. Wow, it's such a huge difference, the light that's coming in from the sun and these red ones. But I 100% recommend that you use at least one of the tools that I named in this video to regulate yourself and your blue light exposure. It is very, very important for your body's natural clock, and when that clock gets out of whack, a whole list of other things get out of whack. And you know that the earth is a very complex place to be living right now. With this technology, we learn about every terrible thing that happens in the world in the split of a dime. We're all exposed. We are all one. So our levels of stress and anxiety and depression have been through the roof lately. So let's do everything we can to battle that. Let's do everything we can to get ourselves regulated, connected with nature, and away from these screens. If you have any other awesome tips below that you want to share about reducing your exposure to blue light and how to regulate that, how to produce more melatonin, drop them below. Let's start a whole little discuss forum. I love when the comments turn into us helping each other. That's why I started this channel. So thank you again for clicking on this video. If you'd like to see more from me, hit that red subscribe button down there and hit the little bell next to it so that you're notified every time a new video is posted. I have a lot to share with you all over the next few months. Have a lovely day. Peace.